Durham was not known for restaurants. If you liked overcooked green beans and barbecue, and coleslaw, and Brunswick stew, and hush puppies, and French fries, you were in great shape, because that was pretty much the limit of everybody's menu.
The place I was most likely to eat when I was a teenager was the Ivy Room up on Main Street. It was unique. It wasn't really Southern. I guess it was sort of general American. But, it may have been the only place in town where you could get sauerkraut.
And I went to the bank. The banker says, Peaser, what's that? He would not lend me the money. And we went all the way to New Jersey and got the first pizza oven.
It's just, it was that old Southern kind of cooking, but that was also the same kind of cooking that your mama did at home. So, you had to come up with a real good reason to go to a restaurant to spend money for the same things you were getting at home. On special occasions, we did go out to eat, and we go to the chicken box. We have a chicken hut now, the same family.
My father's name was Claiborne Tapp Jr. He established the chicken hut in 1957. It was considered in the Black Wall Street area before they built 147 and all the black businesses had to relocate. So actually we've been located on Fayetteville Street since 1960.
And then there was a restaurant called the Green Candle. And it was off Fayetteville, but closer to Pettigrew Street.
It was a treat to eat out. And so after church, when we did eat out, my father chose the restaurant, and that was the Green Candle.
On one of the shows, they had something called the Soup Nazi. Well, in the Green Candle, the owner was, okay, that's what's on the menu, and no, don't ask me for anything else. And you either get that or you get out.
It didn't matter who you were, or if you were 2 minutes late, she's closed. Done. No. Can I get a vegetable plate? No. Whatever. What's on the menu?
I mean, she was hardcore, but had great food, really great food. For us growing up in Durham, we did not have the choice to go to the restaurants like we do today, obviously, because of segregation. So our restaurants were mainly Black-owned, well, not mainly, they were Black-owned restaurants on, quote-unquote, our side of town. After
Urban redevelopment or whatever, when they just raped out Pettigrew Street, Hayti, when they killed Hayti and put 147 through there.
Segregation was a fact of life up until like 1964. But it was very common to walk into a restaurant and see a sign that said, we reserve the right to refuse service based on race, color, or creed. A sign said that.
My parents supported the boycott of businesses that wouldn't admit Black people. And there were quite a few other businesses, and including restaurants, that were just off limits to people who were supporting the boycott. And my father and some of his colleagues actually participated in picketing of some of those places.
I shouldn't say don't ever remember coming downtown. I do, but it was infrequent. And it was infrequent because I know my parents didn't want to come down and be subjected to racism. I didn't realize until I was older and talking with my parents and then with the parents of some of my friends how that was just a slap in the face to them, and then have to explain that to your child, why you can't have what you see other people having. And they didn't want to do that. They tried as much as they could, I think, to shield us from that and to build us up in our own community.
Not being integrated, maintaining that sense of pride, dignity, and community.
Currently, I will just say that Durham's restaurant scene has just completely done a 180 in terms of variety, creativity of the chefs. We just have some great young chefs, male and female. And they have kind of reinvented Durham, especially downtown, and kind of put Durham on the map.
I opened the first Indian restaurant in Durham in 1990. I started with a takeout and then graduated to a sit-down on West Main Street across from Brightleaf.
So Zoile's is the first authentic Zimbabwean restaurant in the country.
I am the founder of So Good Pupusas. It is a social justice food truck and catering company. In 2015, when I first went to a bank to try to get a loan for my food truck, they were like, "What's a food truck?" Food trucks, for me, culturally, have always been a part of my life, but food trucks really in Durham, and I would say maybe across North Carolina, really started in the Latino community. A lot of Mexican food trucks that sold pupusas, tacos, kind of an assortment of foods. So I've been planning National Pupusa Day, which happens at Durham Central Park, and trying to bring food trucks into that space so people can see there are a lot of food trucks that are owned by Latinos, by minorities, historically underrepresented folks.
The takeout, people still talk about it, and the restaurant, And I am gratified that after so many years, people still hold it in good regard.
The tremendous support that all the people light up, when they taste most of our food. It just, goes to show how far we've come, as far as just embracing other cultures.
Durham is Durham, Zimbabwe is Zimbabwe, but Durham is a place where you can do it the best, you can do it first, and that is what uniquely draws people to this city.